Welcome back to your Thursday edition of Afternoon Express. Now this afternoon we have a special guest joining us from Gift of the Givers organization, Ali Sablé, who is the relief co-organizer and coordinator rather of the organization. This humanitarian organization continues to help our communities and is the largest disaster response NGO in Africa. They are active in over 40 countries and have been active for over 3 decades. Ali is here to tell us more about the organization, the Gift of the Givers, and we want to find out more of what they're doing to help relieve the victims of the floods disaster in KZN. Welcome to the Loft, Ali.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Now, Ali, this subject is very, very top of mind to me. It's very, very sensitive to me, being a born and bred Durbanite, and I've got my entire family, mom, dad, and the whole lot in KZN. And this is the work that you are doing through Gift of the Givers. Do you just want to give us a little bit of background and idea of what Gift of the Givers is all about?
Gift of the Givers is the largest NGO on the African continent and one of the biggest in the world. Dr. Suleiman, our chairman and founder, who founded the organization, did not get up one morning and say, I'm going to form an organization and its name's going to be Gift of the Givers. It was a spiritual trip to Turkey. He went on vacation and there he met a spiritual teacher. And in that gathering, the spiritual teacher told him, my son, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you're going to form an organization, the name will be Gift of the Givers. You will serve all mankind, no matter of race, religion and color, and you will serve them unconditionally. And since then, Dr. Suleiman asked him, but you're telling me this, I'm a professional, I'm a general practitioner. What does this mean to me? He says, you will know. And for 30 years, Dr. Suleiman does know what to do, when to do, and how to do it.
Wow.
We, Gift of the Givers, core focus is disaster relief. This we've done all around the world. We are proudly South African. We have tended to many of big disasters around the world, whether it was earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, wars. Gift of the Givers was there to make a difference.
Wow, I think that this is so meaningful and something that each and every South African needs to get involved with. But before we find out how we can get involved with Gift of the Givers, I have to just check up on bonke abantu abakwaZulu, KwaZulu Natal. I mean, you've got your entire team locked in and loaded at Tongat, KwaZulu. Can you just give us a brief idea of the landscape and what you guys are dealing with in KwaZulu Natal right now? And not only that, how long will the effects of the floods that are happening right now impact the people of KwaZulu Natal?
As we know, this was one of the biggest disasters in South Africa's history. And within seconds, billions of rand of infrastructure was destroyed. Over 400 people passed on. According to our records, there's close to 200 people missing. So picture the scene. Every morning, you find mothers, children, going to the riverbanks, sitting at the streams, hoping that their loved ones will be coming past, will be washed past, just to get that closure. Just to get that closure to know, okay, I found my mother, I found my father, I found my child. You'll find parents digging with their own hands. They cannot wait for the search and the rescue teams to come through, to come look for their loved ones. But as time goes on, so does healing. And yesterday we had a very special interfaith gathering. Yesterday was our Freedom Day. We had an interfaith prayer for those victims. We prayed to God to give them that closure. And you know, the cameras cannot capture the trauma as what the people are going through at the moment. It's going to be a long process. As we know, a structure in an informal settlement, that's a person's life. They don't have insurance. So that little mattress they had, that little case they had, that little kitchen they had, that was all they had. And that's completely washed away. Over 200 schools were destroyed. Many hospitals and clinics are without water. Many communities are without water. We had clinics, hospitals, dialysis centers, HIV centers. And in this week, we had a very touching call from a mother who found a son in the mortuary. But the mortuary does not have water. So how dignified in which way, in dignity way, can she wash the child? There was no water for them to wash the child. The child's still in the mortuary. And our teams are delivering hundreds of thousands, if not millions of liters of water all over KZN at the moment.
Ali, I just feel very overwhelmed with emotion as you speak, because I cannot imagine the reality that these families have to face at such a dire time, at such a painful time. My heart just truly breaks. I mean, we have seen the government, we have seen insurance companies truly pour in, being able to try help fix and rebuild the infrastructure in different institutions, to try refix and build the roads. But I want to find out from Gift of the Givers, what's your game plan when it comes to helping the people in KZN?
When a disaster strikes, we're doing this for 30 years, whether it's an earthquake, but this is the first time we're doing a disaster in this magnitude locally. So we are quite geared up for it. So the main thing was to show people these people are there caring for them, giving that stability, getting the necessary resources to assist them getting through what they've experienced. The first step we did was to assist those that could be saved. The first thing we could do was to get them in the institutions they were homed at, get them warm mattresses, get them blankets, feed them. Those whose instructors were semi-damaged, giving them food parcels. But the main thing now is for counseling. Many of them have suffered severe trauma, and of course those loved ones that was passed on, to give them that dignified funeral. In terms of infrastructure upgrade, as we know, during COVID-19, there was a disruption in the school calendar. So we are looking at infrastructure upgrade in terms of schools. Many of the clinics and hospitals has been damaged. So our core focus will be to fix them up as well. And just together we can rebuild this, to rebuild the country. And as we see the spirit of Ubuntu overflowing among South Africans. And we've seen this over the last few weeks. We've been there, especially in Cape Town, when we had the water collection, where we found people from all over coming through. And the touching story was, when a pensioner came to us, she said, I have 50 Rand left for my SASSA grant. I'd like to give this 50 Rand for the people of KZN.
South Africa, if this story alone does not move you, I don't know what will. I am literally sitting here with Ali, tears filled in my eyes and a lump in my throat, because I'm just thinking of all our people. Siyabonga, Ali. Siyabonga, Gift of the Givers, for all of the work that you're doing within the community. I mean, as you know, several streets in and outside of KZN are underwater. Many people's homes have been disrupted. Let us all come together as a country and give meaningful meaning to the spirit of Ubuntu. Please do donate to the Gift of the Givers, and you can please email them at donations@giftofthegivers.org. Please, everyone, let's get involved.